welcome back to the HCW YouTube channel, and welcome back to BCCW, and welcome back to the Bastard. How you doing?
Hello. I'm very well, thank you, sir.
It's not like
feels like forever since I spoke to you.
Yeah,
yeah, it feels like forever ago.
So yeah, we are here for a second part of our day, but not of this recording, to review BCCW's XMAS Gimmicks, Naughty or Nice, I believe was the full title.
Yeah, he got it.
I absolutely shanked that last time, if I remember.
Yeah, it's trick or treat once, and then you called it something else. And...
yeah, how much I care. But no.
We put on matches, especially just for you as well.
You did. You always do.
Bastards.
The approval was lovely. So this was an absolutely rammed out crowd. Everyone was in their Christmas jumpers. I had a fleece navy dog jumper on. I had a bell. I love it.
Even I had a Christmas top on.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, and even though you're in the bowels of hell as usual.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very different Christmas top compared to everyone else's, but it was a Christmas top nonetheless.
And I've just had a flashback. I was in a foul mood at the start of the show. So, for anyone that doesn't... I was getting the bus, and then I realised I didn't have my bank card. I lost my bank card in Tesco's the day before. Got a bus up to Tesco's using some change that it wasn't in there, but no one had used my card. So then I had to get a bolt to the venue, and then I had to freeze my card.
You poor man.
Yeah, couldn't even drink that much. It was sad. And by the time you offered me a drink, it was near us leaving, and I was like, I can't drink.
This is why I have everything on my phone instead, because it's much safer.
Yeah, no, I've got Google Pay now. I've got it now going forward, and I don't know why I didn't originally. I don't know if it was my head. It was like, it's dangerous having Google Pay because when you're drunk.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, that is a downside sometimes. But
we are here to discuss the first matchup. There's no bias in this channel, but we had Luke Douglas, one of the greatest professional wrestlers. Luke Douglas, the King of the Division champion, versus Red for Better, that's the one, Riley Nova.
I've heard you like Douglas a bit.
Yeah, I like Douglas. I did like Riley Nova until he untied my shoelace in the last show. So, Riley Nova was accompanied by Joseph Connors, who was his cheerleader of the match. It was proper cheerleader vibes, Joseph Connors, in this match.
It was great. I loved him coming out first and giving the whole thing. It was brilliant.
Absolutely lambasting the crowd as well. I don't think I ever used the word lambasting.
That was very good use. Very good use of the word, that was. Well done.
You bring it out of me.
Have one of them.
So the match kicked off with a good old shake of the hands, but no, Riley Nova went to kick Luke Douglas in the spleen, and he said, "It's a bit long recording." I was going to go Gorilla Monsoon and just make up a flipping part of the body, but it didn't work. Then he put the foot down. Luke was on top for a lot of the match until Connors got his involved. Who was the ref of this match?
Can't remember.
Was it good old Adam?
I actually can't remember.
Because I feel like it was Adam, because the ref didn't see Luke get tripped up by good old Joseph Connors.
You know what? I think it might have been Adam, because Ross refereed the CJ Ridgeway match.
Okay. Either way, I call everyone Adam in there anyway.
Like I say, all referees are Adam, so...
He was working. There was a lot of hair pulling at this point. He was working the back of Luke Douglas, which obviously is probably the smartest thing to do, because Luke Douglas finishes a swanton bomb. So you don't really want to do that if your back's cooked. Luke then hit a jawbreak and tried to fight up at that point, but Connors got involved again, because why not? They had a strike battle at that point. Riley hit a really good insecurity kick. Like, it was like Bob Holly-esque, like drop kick style, like, when you just think that's a good insecurity. Luke's hit strikes, and then I think Luke hit a move for me. He hit the stroke. I was a proper TNA Jeff Jarrett fan, and he hit the stroke. No one hits the stroke.
See, again, he must have done it just for you.
Yeah, my world. Riley then caught Douglas with his own version of a super kick. Obviously, Luke Douglas is sort of super kick centric. Riley Nova absolutely obliterated him with one.
Took his head right off with that kick.
Then, surprisingly, Joseph Connors got involved again. But out of nowhere, James Mason came out and made a save for Luke Douglas, absolutely obliterated Joseph Connors and threw him out back. Luke Douglas hit his own super kick and then hit a swanton bomb to pick up the win. I rate this 2 3/4 stars. Good match. And Luke Douglas is your reigning defending King of the Division champion.
Luke Douglas is amazing. And so is Riley Nova. And so is Joseph Connors.
And so
and
is
James
Adam.
Mason. It was just the only downside to that entire thing was Adam. Again, getting beef with Adam, and I don't know why. But I'm going to run with it. Fuck it.
And then I'm going to do the opposite of what you do with Redacted, and we go, actually, Adam gets abused here, and he doesn't deserve it.
But yeah, this was absolutely fucking brilliant. Absolute quality match this was. Entertaining as fuck, and they hit each other with some beastie smacks.
Oh, yeah, full-on blows, yeah.
You felt that. Sitting back watching it, you felt it, every bit of it, and it was great. It was entertaining, and the crowd absolutely loves Douglas. Love him. And fuck me, do they despise Nova and Connors.
Yeah, they don't do themselves like justice though, do they? Like, if they're asking for like crowd, like to like them, they're not doing it the right way. So fair enough.
Well, you know, some people they just don't get it.
Some people are just not bred for better.
Well done.
Thank you.
That's 2 well done you've got off me now.
Yeah, I'm a good boy.
Yeah. Let's see how you get on with the next bits.
Oh, gravy. So we kicked off. Actually, I was about to say we kick off a new match, but out of nowhere, a young Lee with the key came down. I've got them all on this show.
He's all out on this one. You've been fucking high on oxygen or something, mate.
Yeah. So Lee came down, and then he just reminded Luke Douglas that he's got the key to the kingdom. And he could fight Luke at any point. And then he got in the ring and he was about to say, I'll have this match. And he went, actually, no, and just walked off.
He's great. Fucking great.
Absolutely, no. Not going to do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna take... Nah, I can't be arsed.
And I'm just going to throw it out there, I've never seen Lee Hunter in such clobber. That clobber, like, when I've seen Lee Hunter, I think I've only ever seen him in, like, your good old, like, hoodie and jogging bottoms, kind of, like, or, like, track pants. That clobber was incredible.
Come out looking bang on, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was like, I can't wrestle in this. Fuck that.
Absolutely ace. It suited him so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
We move on to a match which I was looking forward to very much because Clarkwood don't miss. So we had the team of Clarkwood versus the debuting team of Supersonic, Edgar Adams and Shiro. They didn't come out to Supersonic by Oasis, so the match was shit. I'm sure Tom would have asked for Supersonic.
You bad rate, you. Hey, this is what Supersonic have. This is what they wanted. This is what they're going with.
Yeah, to be fair, the song, I can't remember the song they came out with, but it did suit
Hero.
them. Yeah. Music did suit them, and it was a banger of song with them.
Yeah, exactly.
So I ripped by knack and forth. I meant back and forth here. At the back, I ripped by knack and forth display. They missed Crossbow's shirt. Clarks were working over Shearer a lot of this match. Edgar was the kind of like the guy that was trying to get heated up on the side.
Yeah.
The Clarks then missed the senton, which got Adams was in like a absolute house on fire. Like, when you have that cliche of house on fire, he literally ran the ropes about 20 times in 2 seconds.
He's insanely quick, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Surprisingly, the Speed Demon's quite good at running.
Who would have funky?
Yeah. Oh, the old school reference is coming out here. Then, out of nowhere, and just because I love it, the Clarks hit a heart attack.
Oh, I popped hard for that. I didn't know it was coming. And when he set him up, I was like, oh, it was great.
Then Shiro decided to get out the Indy school book of wrestling and hit a Blue Thunder Bomb out of nowhere. No one kicks out the Blue Thunder Bomb except everyone. But, you know, it's a near fall. It's for a 2.999 near fall. Then they both hit massive dual DDTs on Clarkwood. then Clarkwood were hitting random tag team moves that you don't really see that often more. They hit a super collider. Oh,
Yeah.
what? When was that in the Clarkwood Arsenal?
It's all they've got their Arsenal's big.
Absolute super collider. I just couldn't believe it. I was just in awe of the Clarks.
You should always be in awe of the Clarks.
And then a swanton bola forward by a frog splash to pick up the win. Clarkwood picked up the win against the debut in SuperSonics, but SuperSonics looked very good in this. And if their first match, it's not a bad way to go out.
Yeah, it was fucking brilliant. I absolutely loved this. Loved it. I mean, I love the Clarks. I'll say that until the day somebody dies. I love the Clarks. They're amazing. But seeing Edgar Adams and Shiro as a team, we've not seen that before. It's the first time. It's not just their debut in BCCW. It's them debuting as a team. And they fucking gelled well. So what they're going to be doing as it going forward now, I can't wait to find out. Can't wait to see.
Yeah, and I rated 3 stars, really enjoyed it. And BCCW are slowly, people are not noticing, building a nice tag team division.
Hey?
Clarkwood, Supersonic, Red for Better, BDK randomly turn up because they're a bit of dicks, but they're there.
No, your friend TJ, he's got Matlock. Maybe him and Matlock start doing some stuff.
I'm glad they're still friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we moved on to a match which it was Chantal Jordan. Who was she originally fighting? It was ZZ, wasn't it? ZZ.
She was going to be facing off against ZZ, yeah. Unfortunately, ZZ had to had other commitments she needed to go foresee. She got called over to Europe. It's not a bad excuse, really, to be fair.
She should have 4cc. Oh, God. But she had a new opponent, and it was Joe Blazer, who I'd never seen before, and he's fantastic.
Good. He's good. Although, I will say, really surprised, because when I first saw his promos, his promo pics, and his look, I was like, definitely a heel. I already want to smack him. And, he was come out as a babyface, and it was weird. I was like, I can't be the only one seeing this. Like, what's happened?
It's because he's a good-looking man. That's what it is. This was, I don't think they've ever faced off before each other, so it was kind of like you start a match where you kind of are feeling each other out, back and forth strokes. They both absolutely clobbered each other and had the good old double down. I love a good old double down. The crowd was proper split, which blew my mind. I thought they were just going to be full on behind Chantal Jordan, but Joey Blazer actually worked them so well.
Yeah, he got them. Lost for words kind of moment. Then that was like, how can you look at that man and go, yeah, he's I want to cheer for him. You look at that man and go,
you know what? I'll boom out the arena, but like,
yeah. But like all these people that were behind him and they was loving it. Granted, it kind of changed near the end, but for the most part, they were all on loving him.
Yeah, he played them like a fiddle. Chantal then got in with her strikes, which are always painful as hell. She hit a massive meteor, which it's a horrible looking move because it can just go so wrong. 2 knees flying at your face in midair.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Blazer hit a version of the Andre the Giant slam, where Hogan, Andre the Giant, and Chantal Jordan. She then hit a Fisherman Buster for a near fall. And then, Joe Blazer, did he cheat?
I mean, he used the extra man, didn't he? And held the ring. Yeah. Grabbed onto those ropes. Referee didn't see it.
Who was the ref?
It's not cheating if you don't get caught.
Who was the ref?
Ross.
So Adam, what are you doing?
Sorry, I mean, it's Adam again, yeah.
But
to be fair, he might have been Adam on this one, I don't know.
I can't. We'll get to a point where Adam became my hero, so we'll this is his arc, and he's in my bad books. He's building to be my hero. I rated it 3 stars. I've really enjoyed it. The crowd really enjoyed it as well. Which, as I said, I didn't expect them to be really like. Obviously, Chantal they know, but I didn't know they'd be this behind Joey Blazer until the end.
Yeah, we love you. Oh, you bastard.
Yeah, and he was just like,
me.
hopefully he's back. I really, really enjoyed him.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping we get more of him because it was just fun. It was enjoyable, and Chantal owes him a kick in the teeth, I reckon. So, dead good.
And she will look for that because she's vindictive and evil. You heard this here first.
Mate, if you can kick that hard, why not?
Yeah, well, yeah. Wish I could kick. Wish I could do anything. I can only host a podcast poorly. We move on to a Fatal 4-Way, which was always going to be fan-dabby-dozy. We had the king of the beer mats. I don't know what he actually was going for, but he's running with them beer mats.
He is.
He was flinging them. They're dangerous, by the way. Flinging them like shurikens.
Get hit in the head by one of them and then fucking cuss him for his beer mats.
Yeah. But like, wait until he actually hits someone in the air and you're like, oh no.
Lawsuit!
Let's call Stephen Pino. And he was against George Lydon versus Jim Hunter, the returning Jim Hunter, in a first ever, I was about to say, non-Rumble match in like 3 years.
Yep.
But unfortunately,
3 years.
Lee with a key was also in this match. I'm sad that can't run past her.
Lee with a key. You was onto something there.
Yeah, you ruined it.
You should have spoke to Lee before. Andy might have carried on a little bit longer.
Yeah, we'll get to it. I don't want to spoil it. So what have I? Oh, I was wondering what I've written here. He announced that Jim wanted the match to be the winner wins the key. So Jim wanted to be Jim with the key. And then Lee Hunter literally went, yeah, I'll do it if, I can't remember. He was like, you're not taking my tin, baby. That was literally the line I've got here.
You arguing with the man?
You're not taking my tin, baby. Winner of this match gets to face. I can't remember what it was. Was it he was going to face him for the if he's going to be the first ever #1 contender if Lee wins the title? That's what he went for, wasn't it?
Are you okay?
I was confused by this. I've confused myself.
What they said was because Jim obviously came out and screwed everyone, didn't he, by being number 31. It was only supposed to be 30 people.
Yeah.
So they decided that what they're going to do is going to redo the final four.
The overtime.
So that's what they did. They gave us a final four match, and the winner gets a #1 contenders match against your key, not the key to the kingdom. Fucking hell, turning into you, your king of the division champion, Luke Douglas.
That was it. Sorry, they're saying there was just a lot of shenanigans going on here. I'll be honest, when they first announced that this was going to be over the top Rumble kind of style match, I was slightly worried of how it was going to be, but I really enjoyed it, surprisingly. So it started with all four of them fighting on the apron nearly at the start, which that's what you want.
Damn right.
I was hoping you did a Lex Luger Bret Hart spot with all four of them. And then RCK has to run in the ring and pull both quads.
There's still time for him to do that at some point, I reckon.
Then Ball and Lee got suplexed in. And then the Hunters became the Hunter Brothers. I said in the preview I wanted to see it. I'd absolutely pop off if I see the swing into the drop kick, and it was there.
You just got to lose your shit when they're in the ring. It's amazing.
I enjoyed it so much. And then they were working together as a nice tandem, and then Lee Hunter goes to eliminate Jim Hunter, but Jim decides this time, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, get out the ring. And Lee with the key was gone. But Lee with the key went full on Hulk Hogan. With,
Hulk Hogan Sid moment, this was.
Hulk Hogan Sid moment, and he grabbed, pulled, and unfortunately, that's the end of Jim.
With a little help of Jack Bull.
We have a little help with his friends.
Exactly.
Jack Ball eliminated Jim Hunter and became most hated man in Tipping history. And then George Lloyd and Jack Ball decided to forget what the rules of this match were and started fighting more on the flipping apron. There was a foot stomp on the apron, like a foot stomp, and then Lloyd could have just eliminated Jack Ball at that point. But he hit a pile driver on the apron. Jack Ball bounced off and landed.
He pretty much landed in the laps of the people in the front row.
So George Lydon picked up the win. I rated 3 stars. George Lydon is going to be fighting Luke Douglas. So unfortunately for him, he's going to lose his next match, but there's no bias.
Oh, Luke Douglas, you are loved.
You are loved. And it's not a spoiler because it would have already happened by now. Me and Luke Douglas are teaming in our quiz this weekend, which would be recorded for the first time in 6 years. He carried me, and he's going to carry me again to some quiz glory. We need to get you on that quiz, by the way.
I don't know why. I don't have knowledge. I'm just here to. I'm here for abuse. That's what I'm here for. You're
not free on Sundays, though, are you? You do football, don't you? Sunday
football?
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm the loudmouth on the sidelines while my son does football.
Raph, you. Anyway, but yeah, I once again have said like every match I enjoy these, and I was this one surprised me due to the fact that you changed it to over the top. I was worried what it was going to be like, but it still was a banger of a match.
Yeah, you look at over the top rope matches in general, they're not the best at times. You know, they are what they are. But when you say it's only 4 people doing it, you're like, okay. I mean, we seen it back in the day, didn't we? The Final 4 back in the day when they did that. It wasn't a great moment then either, but these guys are always going to put on a show. Especially you got the Hunters in there, for fuck's sake. Exactly. It's just it's going to be beautiful. They're there, But seeing Jim pick up on what Lee was about to do and reversing it and throwing Lee out, going, you got me, I got you. But then Jack Ball, fucking quick as anything, boom, goodbye, Jim. I mean, that's a notch for Jack Ball right there. He took out Jim Hunter.
He did.
Granted, he had a little help on Lee with a little tuggy tug, but it was brilliant. And then Jack Ball and Lydon got to have a little beatdown between themselves, and it was fucking beautiful to watch. Yeah. That's definitely a match I want to see in the future.
Yeah, Jack Ball, George Lydon. It's fair, George Lydon against anyone really is a match you want to see. He's the CJ Rollins scale of wrestler. We move on to a match. So we had Lucas Cashmir versus Redacted. So we all know what's happened with Redacted. He is 8-0 at the time of the show. So Redacted's obviously going, you know what, this is the match. I'm gonna be 8-1. Actually making that a massive thing. 8-1. No, it's 1-8, isn't it? 1-8. I'm making
it would have been 1-8.
1-8. So I was telling my friend in front, I was going, oh, this is the person that hates my guts, by the way. For people that have not, we mentioned the Wrestling Inkley. We had a preview for BCCW that was due to go out. TJ, I'm going to say, Redacted got his got it took down. So if you don't see this video,
you know why.
There's probably going to be a chance you won't see this video.
Big Redacted sign just across the screen during this part.
Right to censor. So the match kicked off, and it was a very long and prosperous match. So 9 seconds in, TJ Sky, I'm going to say his name because he deserves it, got rolled up, and he is now 0-9. And I don't know if it was caught on camera because I was bending the angle. You literally admit. It was just.
Everyone was it was the shock moment from everybody for those few seconds of everyone just going, what did that just happen? Holy shit. And then it was 0-9.
0-9, but he wants another match. So he
wasn't ready.
He threatened RC Chaos that he's going to he's threatening he threatened RC Chaos that he's going to absolutely obliterate good old Adam.
Well, Matlock, let's not just give it all to TJ. As much as I love the guy, obviously he had little Matlock there, didn't he? And Matlock took down Cashmir and tied him up in the ropes.
Yep.
So he thought he was going to be the one that was going to get annihilated, and then Adam and his big head got in the way, and TJ politely put him on the floor.
Put him on the floor. Had his foot on his neck. Had a chair in his hand. And was shouting to RC Chaos, "Oh, absolutely waylay him, blam him, I don't know what, you Jetto, crack his skull." So RC Chaos unfortunately had to accept the match, that it was going to be restarted. So obviously the nice guy Redacted did, he let Adam go. No, he actually hit him with a chair anyway.
Yes, he did. But there was a reason. You know, Adam, he didn't check that TJ was ready, and TJ got rolled up quick, so TJ brought his own referee with him. You know, and
why did TJ have his own referee with him? Redacted, good old Redacted. Why did he have his own referee?
Well, wouldn't you if you keep getting screwed?
So what it was he knew he was going to lose at some point during that match, so he definitely knew he was going to have a 10th match.
No, see what it was. He came out to the ring for the match, and he was going to question Adam being the official there and then. But they didn't give him chance, and Cashmir was sneaky, rolled him up, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was sneaky Cashmir, 1, 2, 3. Adam just did the count, went ha, laughed at him basically. TJ, he just didn't get chance to request a special referee, an impartial referee, whereas this way he did.
Second, I just want to shout out to Adam. Adam's muscle memory of getting hit by a chair. He summoned Devon Dudley. Oh, look it up.
I got a spasm.
Summoned him. So, unfortunately for RC Chaos and for Lucas Cashmere, there's no ref. But as we said, Redacted has his own ref, the most qualified ref I've ever seen in wrestling, Stephen Keane.
Yay! Good old Stephen Keane.
So the match was restarted, and surprisingly, to be fair, I have to give you the rating of the first match because it's officially a first match. I rated a quarter of a star because it was 9 seconds long.
Hey, you know what? Some of my best performances have only been 9 seconds. I think it deserves more than that, but you know, fair enough. At least you rated it, I suppose.
Yeah. Cage Match just said it was one match in particular. They're ruining the system. So obviously, Lucas Cashmere got back up and started to attack TJ Sky, and I thought he was actually going to lose again. But unfortunately, Stephen Keane had a phone call at one point that he had to take. At another point, his arm gave out.
Yeah, he had a bit of a cramp.
Yeah. At another point, he had to check the turnbuckles like the referee is.
Being efficient.
Very efficient. Matt at a point was pushed Lucas Cashmere off the top rope, and Redacted just told Stephen King, just look that way for a second, please. And he did. I wrote here because I think he deserves it. Vintage Redactive, swing around splash. And then he missed the line salt straight afterwards. Vintage. That was at the point that Keane got a phone call. Keane got the turnbuckles, and then Redacted kept hitting. I don't know what he calls that move. It's like a reverse DDT into a flapjack kind of variant. I don't know what he's calling that.
Oh, he's
Redactor bomb.
I've completely just forgot the name of it. Was it Face Smashy or something like that? I've completely just forgot the name of the move.
Yeah, of course you have, because you're like me.
Fuck's sake. I even called it at Hinkley.
You don't like him even. You have nothing to say with that.
We all know I love TJ. That will never change.
Anyway, I'm going to go back to the wrestling.
Unless you start liking him, and in that case...
Yeah, I was trying to look on Cage Match. It doesn't have. He has top rope moonsault, high five DDT, and IGTS. Don't know what that means.
Okay.
So, move doesn't exist. Anyway, he kept hitting that a few times. Referee had spasms, and then suddenly out of nowhere, here comes Adam Moxley with a chair.
What's he doing? What's he doing, really?
And he waylaid good old Redacted.
Should have been a disqualification then, shouldn't it?
The referee didn't see it.
I mean, he's the referee, so blatantly should have called it.
What he should have done, he should have hit Lucas Cashmere. That would have been the ultimate betrayal when he was on Lucas Cashmere with my no DQ.
That would have been amusing.
That would have been hilarious.
But like, how could you're the senior official of a company, and that's the kind of behaviour you point out there?
He did have concussion.
That's no excuse.
The man was seizing in the ring.
No excuse.
He might dementia kind of play. I don't know. You said he's senior. He might have a dementia moment.
Yeah, I meant senior as in like head official, not like he's old. Not to be fair, he's an old man.
Day, that's what you did as a ref. When you got beat down, you come down and hit them with a chair. Respect the ref.
Yeah, respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
And respectfully, what happened after this? So I'm not allowed to say certain things.
There was shenanigans.
Who won
and
that?
0 and 10.
0 and 10, baby. But,
yeah.
To be fair to him, the next show's not until February. So next year he's undefeated.
I don't think win-loss records reset like that, to be fair.
He's undefeated in 2024.
I mean, that's one record he can go for.
Yeah. If he shakes that, it's his own fault. But I rated it 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed it.
It's a quality match.
Just because as I said, I was invested in Redacted losing, and he kept nearly winning, and I was like, I'm so invested in losing. And then Adam came out, becoming the hero of the company. He's not the hero we deserve. He's the hero we need. No, he's the hero. No. He's not the hero we need. He's the hero we deserve. That's the Batman line, isn't it?
He's not even. No. No. What should happen is he should get fined. That's what he should do.
Well, he should take it up with a senior official.
I'm going to take it up with management. Write him a very strongly worded email.
Do you think RCKS will accept it?
No, he won't even read it. He barely reads my messages. He ain't going to read an email.
He'll probably fine you. Well, you already got fined by us for turning up late, and you don't get paid.
It's terrible. I'm the only person who never gets a paycheck anywhere, so I don't know what's going on.
It's because you do it because you love wrestling.
Yeah, I suppose. And meat.
I ordered takeaway about an hour, and it's been in there for ages. A mixed kebab, battered chips as well.
It's got to be battered chips.
Yeah, 3.5 stars. We're moving on to a match I was very much looking forward to of good young Christopher Ridgeway versus the Wrestling God. That's what I'm calling him now. I started it on the show that's coming out after this show, so technically I'm starting it now. CJ Rollins, what a man. So this was your typical back and forth matchup. Ridgeway was trying to ground down CJ Rollins, which is what he's going to do. He's a technical masterclass of a wrestler. He can strike as well, which is... You have someone like Zack Sabre Jr. who has a bit of striking, but it's all kind of just full-on technical submissions. CJ Rollins got that, and then he can kick your face.
Yeah. Yeah, Ridgeway is insanely good.
Yeah.
Like, his technical ability is phenomenal, but the man can fucking hit.
Yeah.
So he put some licks on CJ. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely was clarting him.
CJ
then hit him. I said that at work and someone laughed as well. I don't know where it's come from. Literally, CJ Rollins hit a massive Falcon Arrow at that point as well in the middle of the match, which was beautiful. Then Ridgeway decided, you know what, the best thing to do is just to work on his ankles because, you can't win the match if you can't stand up.
True.
So he was working a lot towards CJ Rollins' ankles. Rollins tried to fire back a few times, but he was getting stunted by Ridgeway because obviously Ridgeway's a bit more experienced than he's got that international flavour about him. He hit some massive kicks on him at that point. And then out of nowhere, Rollins won.
It was great when it was what just happened. My mind just went boom.
Yeah, just out of nowhere. It was like, oh, Ridgeway's killing CJ Rollins, wrestling god. It was like...
He activated God mode.
Yeah.
And went, no. Like CJ did what CJ always does, and he persevered, he fought through. He didn't hold anything back, damn it. But, it was a fucking match, and what a test for CJ as well. It really was. Really Ridgeway, like we've already said. Technical genius. Hard hitting as fuck. Some beautiful tattoos too. Just to throw that out there.
Thank you.
But it was, yeah. Yours too, yeah, beautiful. Well, I've spent about half an hour talking to Ridgeway about tattoos. That's how nice his tattoos were. But anyway, digress.
In the match.
Yeah, mid-match. While he's wrenching on CJ's face. But he did. He absolutely took TJ to the limit. CJ, sorry, to the limit. And I got TJ on the
limit. The limit as well. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but CJ did, like I said, he did what he always does, and he turned it around, and he got the win. He got the W, and that's where it counts.
Yeah. And CJ is your reigning, defending Black Country champion. So
the BCCW FCW Black Country champion.
I'm not saying it that way. You can. I'm not. So before we get to the main event, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
So somehow, you booked the big guys. You booked Santa.
Yeah, we did.
And Santa was an absolute menace. Santa was throwing presents around like flipping discuses. I'm sure a kid... I don't think it was him, but it was perfect timing. A DVD got flung into the 15th row or whatever, and then I turn around and a kid's got a nosebleed. But I was like, surely that hasn't hit the kid in the face. I don't think it had, because it was slightly to the right of him. I think he just suddenly had a nosebleed. But it was just perfect time, and I was like, wow.
Well, shouldn't try and catch stuff with your face.
Yeah, bad Santa.
Hey, Santa was lovely. He had his own entrance. But it was like CJ was out there as part of the raffle, didn't he? Yeah. He stayed outside. He got into the Christmas spirit. Tom, I'm going to stay with you, and I'm going to do the raffle with you for these people. I'm going to have pictures with all these kids. There was 9 fucking prizes on the raffle for some magical fucking Christmas reason.
Yeah, there was a lot of prizes, yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't supposed to be. So I've heard. But, so the raffle went on a little bit longer than fucking planned. But anyway, digression again. But it was that interruption again. The BCCW keep doing to people where they just keep fucking throwing something at you. And it was that loud static that kicked in. And when that static hit, everybody shut the fuck up and looked at the screen. And that static held for 12 fucking seconds. Not that I was looking at the counters. 12 seconds of static for nothing. And it was like, what's going to happen? You saw CJ in that ring. He was like, something bad's going to happen. And it didn't. We got Santa instead, and it was great.
Santa, violent Santa. But we had Santa.
He gave you presents. He had a beautiful face. It was great.
Yeah, so Santa unloaded his sack. That's what the word I wanted to say right here. But unfortunately, for some people, mainly CJ, Santa had a present for CJ.
Yep.
It was a key.
Yep.
Santa then defiled CJ with that key. And then we find out that Santa is Lee Hunter all along.
It was me all along, CJ. It was me all along.
My exact sentence right here is Santa. Why Santa? So
you know what? He can give us and he can take us away.
Did CJ kick out of an original move, or if I remember, or did he just he didn't kick out, did he? Or did he kick out?
Yeah, he got hit with a backstabber, didn't he?
Yeah, Denny kicked out, didn't he? And then he
Kicked out of the backstepper.
Yeah, in my head. And then, unfortunately, or good, Lee Hunter is now not Lee with the key. It was the Lee with the tight E. I don't know.
Yeah, you really should have stopped while you was ahead.
Lee with the Black Country Championship, the BCCW FCCW 7 12-hour 24/7 championship in black. So there's a new champ, and CJ Rollins has been dethroned. The wrestling god is no more.
This is it. They're like, CJ released a video that night, following night in the end, because editors, they're slow. But yeah, CJ released, recorded a video straight after, and you could see the pain in him. And if you haven't seen the video, you got to go on their socials and check it out. CJ straight away says, it was his own fault. He let his guard down, and he knew better than to let his guard down. He's never let his guard down before, and it's been nearly a perfect year for him. One time he decides to embrace everybody and let that guard down. Lee came in and he unlocked his opportunity with that key. And, CJ is no longer the champion, but CJ did challenge Lee to a rematch for said title. And in February, the first show of the year, it's going to be Street Fight 2. Lee and CJ. And for anybody that saw Street Fight 1, these two are going to put on a fucking hell of a performance. This is going. You're going to have to want to see this.
Yeah, he's not going to want to lose that title, so he's going to be more rampaging than ever.
Yep.
And then obviously you mentioned that video. CJ's never let his guard down. This is a spoiler warning for anyone that's going to watch the later review we do in Wrestling in Hinckley. CJ become a dick at Wrestling in Hinckley, and he went, "I've lost the title. This is my title now," and kicked someone in the nuts.
Needs must.
In our world, he's a nicer guy. And then we had a main event, which was announced. So the match, we got to about 10:05, and I was like, I completely forgot the next match was happening, and I remembered, Joseph Connors is here, and he's fighting James Mason. Both guys come down. World of Sport Rules match was announced. 8 rounds of 3 minutes each.
Yep.
At 10:10, this match was announced.
We treated everybody for Christmas.
Treated me to some cardio. So, anyone's not World of Sport, I watch World of Sport. That's the round system. You have to win twice. So it's not just your one pinfall. You got to win twice to win up the match. You had good old Riley Nova being the cheerleader this time round. Got no notes on this match. I'm going by vibes. So from what I remember, it was your typical get to know each other kind of grappling start of matchup. Joseph Connors then tried to be, your crafty, nasty guy, and then James one-upped to Joseph Connors in the second round, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Was it with a good old Bulldog special, if I remember?
It was.
Yeah. Good old Bulldog special, sunset flip, sit down. And he's won.
And we loved every... Yeah. 1-0 to James Mason.
So, obviously, Joseph was not happy with this. So then he decided to beat down James Mason for the next 2 rounds with a bit of fire from James Mason. And then, I can't remember the fall Joseph got. Did he win clean? I feel like he went clean.
Probably not. I mean, the shenanigans of Nova outside the ring, he choked Mason 3 or 4 fucking times.
Okay, so yeah, Joseph Connors got the next pin clean. And then we got to, I believe, the 6th round, where James got a bit more into it. Joseph was on the ropes a bit, literally. You had back and forth style. James was getting the crowd behind him. He threw out the good old fashioned "Shall I?" Which, he loves.
We all love a good "Shall I?"
And then the crowd's like, yes. And then Joseph's like, no. Riley's like, no. And then James picked up a massive win.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't expect that at all.
You bet you cried a little bit.
Well, he did cheat to win.
Well,
Massive cheater. Cheater.
It's not really cheating, is it?
It is. You beat Joseph Connors. You can't win legally against Joseph Connors.
This match was beautiful. This was for the purists out there. This for the old school out there. Like you said, that World of Sport time. It was beautiful when Connors called that out to him. I was like, oh please, yes, please accept that, because that is fucking dead good. And I'm glad you've all got to sit there
20 minutes. Go on, please.
Yeah, you made it, for fuck's sake.
Cardio, okay, God, that's why.
Yeah, well, there you go then. It's good for you. We helped you run off that point.
Yeah, good point. Always a good point.
Always a good point. Scratchings have got smaller.
Yeah,
but,
the bag was slightly less, I noticed when someone brought me. It was a big bag, but slightly less.
Yeah.
We're in hard times now, guys.
We're digressing again, but, scratchings are important to us. We're from the Black Country.
Well, I'm not. I mean, living in the Black Country, technically.
Yeah, well, you're adopted. We'll go with that.
You mean by Black Country, right?
Oh, shit. Did you not know? What a way to find out on the podcast during the James Mason match.
We were on about wrestling, yep.
Yeah, James Mason, Joseph Connors. This was it was beautiful to watch. Other than the few shenanigans from Riley, the naughty little boy. But I loved this match. Loved it. Yeah. So definitely, this was definitely my second favourite match of the night.
I don't think it could top the, even if it wasn't like I had any kind of investment in the Redacted match, I'd rate that was my match of the night, because it was it was a lot of, it was like an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
This was, your pure heart wrestling for you wrestling fans. The pure hearts love this kind of match, and I did enjoy it as well.
So you should.
Yeah, it was alright. So
Connors lost, but
King of the Division, February. What the date in February?
What the date?
What the date? We've been recording an hour and a half. Leave me alone.
Well, what the date is written down here, so I didn't forget it this time. And
what wrote?
I've wrote it down, but I've written it down as well.
What date?
The 9th of February, 2024.
That's good.
King of the Division 3.
What I don't like, this is bad because I went to the second King Division. What's the gist of King Division for people that are not watching?
As in the title or the concept of match?
The kind of match, that's it, yeah.
Right, so King of the Division at the moment doesn't have a set match type. So obviously the King of the Division title is dedicated to Cam Wellington, who sadly lost. And his whole persona of being King of the Division, like the whole thing, is that title. It's all into that title. So having a particular concept straight off the bat wasn't something that made too much sense. It's like, you've got to really represent the man. And what better way than to not let people know what the fuck is about to happen to you until it's about to happen to you. And so King of the Division, as it stands, there will be a match for the King of the Division title at King of the Division 3, and you will not know what it is until they decide to tell you.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I've got a spoiler for you. Luke Douglas wins. Anyway, so your tickets are on sale now. It's a banger event. And weirdly enough, I didn't mention that XMAS Gimmicks was my 1-year anniversary of BCCW. My first ever one was season... Wait, what's it called? Season beat? No, Son of a Nutcracker.
Son of a Nutcracker was the first Christmas one.
Second Christmas one. From years ago. Yeah, Son of a Nutcracker was my first one, and I'm still here now.
So you should be.
Yep. I may.
Until we kick you out.
We have different opinions there. But anyway, tickets are on sale. They'll be in the description. Check out the 12... Well, it's already would have finished now, but you've got 14 days of Christmas, was it, in the end?
Yeah, because, it's BCCW. Anything can happen, and we don't just give you 12 days. We have to get the extra mile.
And surprisingly, all of them were good matches.
Well, yeah.
And some of them featured one of my favourite wrestlers ever. The Elliot Jordan Experience. Absolutely love the guy.
Quality, absolute quality.
Streamlined and aerodynamic.
Exactly. Their opening match it had to be RC Chaos in the very first match. Had to be. And Elliot Jordan, the Elliot Jordan experience. Sorry, let's get his name right. It couldn't have been anything else. It was just perfect. And then, obviously, if you've been watching the 12 days or 14 days, the next match that got released was the Elliot Jordan experience taking on Luke Douglas. And it was his final match. Yeah, and it really was. It really was one of them at the end. Though I was there for it. And it was one of those little, I'm going to drop a single tear. It was good.
Go watch it. But anyway, like and subscribe. Description for tickets. Any final thoughts, Mr. Bastardo?
I hope you all have a miserable fucking Christmas.
Christmas will be over by the time this is released, so you want to pass.
I hope you've had a miserable fucking Christmas then.
And to all, hopefully you slept. Goodbye. Oh yeah.